You may have seen them out on a run, in the park, or even in your own backyard. Nature in summer is mesmerizing, but the trees and bushes hide something. On a nice August day, you may notice something if you look hard enough. If the wind blows just right, or the light hits it just right, you may see a light gray envelope nest. Swarming in high numbers and stings that can lead to fatal allergic reactions, what this nest houses instills hesitation and fear into millions. But is this insect something to be afraid of? Getting a better understanding of these insects can help conquer fears that some may have. But without further ado, let's get to the main star of the video, the bald-faced hornet. The bald-faced hornet, or Dolichovespula maculata, is a member of the wasp family Vespidae, and is in the order of Hymenoptera along with bees, ants, and other wasps. It's also one of around 7 to 8 species of Dolichovespula in North America. All Dolichovespula will build in trees, bushes, and shrubs, although you may find their nests on sheds, utilities, or even on the side of your house. It's named the bald-faced hornet due to the white or ivory markings on the face, thorax, and abdomen. It has an intimidating frame as well, with female adults being around a half an inch in size and the queen being around 3/4 of an inch in size. It's important and interesting to note the bald-faced hornet is not a true hornet. It's actually a yellow jacket. You probably think of small, yellow and black wasps when you hear yellow jacket, not black and white, but it still remains a yellow jacket. Looking at scientific names of some of the species in the Vespidae family will also show that point. Let's look at the Asian giant hornet and the European hornet, our actual true hornet species in North America. Their scientific names are Vespa mandarinia and Vespa crabro. Now comparing those to some yellow jackets, like the eastern yellow jacket, Vespula maculifrons, western yellow jacket, Vespula pennsylvanica, Dolichovespula arenaria, or the common aerial yellow jacket, or Dolichovespula maculata, the bald-faced aerial yellow jacket. These insects are considered beneficial due to the hunting of other insects, and they do help pollinate. They are active during spring, summer, and fall, but you'll really notice them in August and September.
Right now, it is peak yellow jacket season. And working at A-Action Pest Control, I've come across a nest or two. During the course of the summer, I've relocated several nests back to my house. Why, you might ask? Couple reasons. One, awesome insect control. And two, I thought they would provide some interesting content. So without further ado, let's suit up and let's go take a closer look at those nests.
Just like ants, these insects do communicate through pheromones. So if they're ever going to sting you, you will get marked with a chemical trail. So if you're ever going to handle a yellow jacket nest, wear a bee suit. I mean, you're probably never going to do this in your life ever, but I just thought I'd say it. Let's go.
So here's one of the nests that I relocated. They are on high alert right now. I have one kind of buzzing around me. The one that just landed, actually. How they build these nests is very interesting. So you can see the one right there in the middle, and the one in the back there is actually laying a layer of paper paste on the nest to expand it. So for about 20 to 45 minutes, usually on average, they'll go and chew up graying wood. One just landed on my hand. What they're going for is cellulosis in the wood that mixes with their saliva, and they'll come back and lay it on the nest, one little strip at a time. So all of those different colors there and everything are all different wasps at one time laying that paper paste on their nest. They are a little agitated and now they are attacking me. Yeah, they are bumping all over my hands, they are bumping all over my camera, my phone. And this, folks, is why you want to wear a suit. Here's another nest that I relocated. It wasn't meant to be sideways. But that's kind of how it turned out. You can see weather has gotten into it a little bit with some of the tears. here along the nest. You're going to hear it buzzing around still because that other nest is still attacking me. And this nest is getting a little agitated. But you can see them kind of, well, they're more attacking my phone and my hands, but they're flying all around me. You see me wearing safety glasses in here. The important thing about wearing safety glasses is the Bald-faced Hornet has a rather unique ability where they're actually able to squirt venom. They use it as a self-defense mechanism against predators when they're defending their nest, and it can actually blind their predator. Now, if it gets into a human eye, it can temporarily cause loss in an eyesight, so you definitely want to be a little careful when handling this species. But we're going to let them go because they're getting a little angry. We're going to let them kind of calm down here for a second. Now, as that one is sitting right in front of the camera. But now that we've gotten a closer look at the nests, let's go take a look inside the nests. All right. So let's get to the opening here. And the crazy thing about this is sometimes their nests can be, on the inside, can be stained yellow due to how many yellow jacket carcasses they have in here. But you can see all that envelope they put on there. When they're ready to start expanding the comb in there, they'll chew out the inner walls here, and then they'll recycle them on the outside and also use them for the combs. So let's just tear this open. So here's what the inside of a nest looks like. So I think it's interesting to kind of go into the life cycle of these insects as well. So in the spring, queens will awaken from hibernation, and where they'll typically hibernate is in trees, houses, logs, attics, sheds, garages, you name it. Anywhere that they can overwinterize, that's where they're going to be. What she'll do then is she'll start a tiny little nest with just a handful of these cells right in here. When the eggs hatch, the queen is going to take responsibility in feeding the larva. She goes for more protein-based foods, so insects such as flies. They go after caterpillars, they go after spiders, they're voracious hunters. Once those larvae are ready to pupate to an adult, they cover themselves in silk cocoons like you see here. They're going through the process of metamorphosis in these cocoon cells here, and just like you see down here, they actually chew their way out of the silk and emerge from the cell. Now for a couple days, they're not really used to their body yet. They're still getting used to their wings. They're getting used to the stingers. So they're generally pretty confined to the nest. But after those couple days, once they kind of get used to their body, that's when they come out. And once those first round of adults are born, the queen then assumes the responsibility of just caring for the larva inside and laying new eggs. And those new adults will then protect the nest, build the nest, and feed the larva. I have the inside of a nest. Look at the size difference in those cells. You can see the ones on the right here are about twice the size of the ones here on the left. Why that is? So they're going to build these cells throughout most of the season, and then towards the end of summer, they start building this cell. And these cells specifically house the new queens and the males. Once they are born, queens and males, they're going to go out and they're going to mate. That's pretty much the entirety of the male's role. Those fertilized queens will then be the ones to go and hibernate, again, back in sheds, houses, attics, garages, you name it. All of these, the other ones here, so all of the female adults, all of the males, they're all going to die at the end of the season. And yes, all of the ones that you see flying around the area throughout the year are all female. Like I said, the males are only really born at the end of summer. Once those queens go into hibernation, they try to survive the winter. They wake up next spring and start this whole process all over again, completely from scratch. These nests are made from scratch every single year.
The bald-faced hornet is a maligned insect, along with other wasps, yellow jackets, and hornets. They are generally regarded as insects to fear or hate, and that these insects are to die once found. But there's so much more than that. Wasps, yellow jackets, and hornets are amazing at keeping other insect populations in check. They do pollinate our plants, which is incredibly important, and there are several species dedicated to keeping your garden safe from species trying to eat your fruits and vegetables. See the ichneumon. Wasps, yellow jackets, and hornets are a perfect representation of nature. Beauty and danger. Their nests are magnificent. Their role in the ecosystem is integral, and even to just how these insects go about daily life. But if you carelessly get too close, they will defend their home. What we consider a normal, innocuous task like cutting our grass, trimming a tree, or even just a bush may lead to stings, and that breeds the line of thinking that these insects are just jerks. What we as humans need to understand is that these insects aren't aggressive, they're just defensive. If they suddenly feel a massive amount of vibration in their nest, they will defend their home. You need to keep in mind, these insects do have a lot of predators. So if you see a nest on your property, especially if it's farther away from your home, it's best to leave these insects and nests alone. They're helping you out a lot more than you think, and if you keep your distance from them, they will generally keep their distance from you. Learning about the behavior of insects and what can lead to stings or bites will go a long way in keeping humans and insects safe from each other and will lead to a more peaceful coexistence.